everyone, how are we today? Just doing an all signs reading today, and we are going to be looking at family. Okay, so whether you have a great relationship with your family, you have zero relationship, or some issues currently going on with your family, we're going to have a bit of a look and see what messages do want to come through in regard to your family. So even if you don't have a family, family is not necessarily always blood. It is what we make it, our tribe, the family that we hold close to us. Let me know in the comments as well, guys, if the lights changing in the background is too much. I thought I'd just try it just a different way for just one video and see how it sort of goes, as long as it's not too distracting or anything like that. I do have like multiple settings on these lights, so I wanted to sort of do something just a little bit different today. It's such a cold, dreary day here in Australia. I've got to find the small ways to get a bit of excitement in my life, right? We're going to be using today, I've got the Power of Love Oracle cards, as well as the Blackbird Lenormand. Everyone that does leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. So make sure you do leave a comment and let me know about those lights, and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. Hopefully drawing that very, very soon. So keep posted, but I'm going to start off today with Aries, and as always taking timestamps as we go. Okay, Aries, how are we? Issues of family. What's going on for Aries with family? What's going on for Aries with family? Pardon. I am getting detachment coming through here, Aries, as well as commitment. So two opposing kind of energies. So there is at least one of you where the commitment is to the detachment, that there is a need to detach from a certain family member, or maybe the family as a whole, and you are sort of making a commitment to yourself to detach yourself from that energy. So anyone that does watch the channel probably has heard me talk about the fact that I myself have detached from certain family members, as if it's not serving your highest good. And I personally, I found that if you notice that you're spending time with somebody, and every time you're with them, you're leaving in a less happy state than when you first got there, then it's kind of an indication to you that it's not serving your highest good. If you're not enjoying your time and energy that you're putting into those people and those relationships. So detachment does say you're releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So for some of you, definitely detaching from certain family members or certain family members' ideals, certain things that they may be holding you to a high standard of. They may have certain ideals that you're detaching yourself from those particular beliefs or ideals. It doesn't necessarily mean you're detaching from the entire person, but for some of you, you definitely kind of are, because we do see that commitment coming through for you here, that you are, committed to making this choice and detaching from that energy within the family. I am getting that for some of you, it's kind of separate energy. So it may be two different people. One of them, you're renewing your commitment to that relationship, and the other one, you're kind of detaching yourself from that relationship altogether. So I'm kind of seeing two situations for some of you here, but for others of you, this is all your commitment to the detachment. Okay, the commitment does say you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. So at the bottom of it, it's all about committing to yourself and committing to your own ideals and beliefs with the way that family and love kind of works for you, and what that means to you. You're committing to a stronger ideal and sense of what family is for you personally, regardless of whether that suits the family members as a whole or not. Okay, but we'll go into a bit of detail here as well, Aries, with the Blackbird Lenormand, and see if anything else wants to come up for you here. Aries, What's going on for Aries with family? Family for Aries, please. Yeah, so I'm seeing your hidden energy at the bottom of the deck here, mixed in with the house energy, as well as the clover, that you're taking a bit of a chance, even if it does result in, you know, some conflict within the family. You are taking a bit of a chance to really stabilize yourself and find your own sense of security, your own sense of what family means for you, what you know, what home is, where the heart is, and you're kind of, you know, really drawing that in back into yourself and detaching from anything that is not sort of, you know, serving your purpose and helping you be stable and secure within yourself, within your role, within the family here. So I do see the main cards we've got. The first card we've got is them. Okay, so we do see that they, it does feel as though if there is a detachment, for some of you it may, you know, the next card we have is the fish. So for some of you, there may be a monetary, I'm kind of getting this energy of like them maybe have been trying to hold you to them through, you know, financial means. There may be some sort of financial attachments that you're trying to break free of, that you are detaching from, you know, as well as this family stuff. You know, it's kind of all part and parcel for someone here that, you know, and I'm kind of feeling this energy of somebody maybe trying to control somebody via money. So, you know, I am getting that. It's kind of like, well, you're not going to be in the family business if you don't do what we say. That you know, it's feeling very controlling kind of energy here. So that may not be for every single person out there, of course, but it does really feel as though the person that you're trying to detach from, they're not worried about your needs here. They're not worried about your stability and your security. Their main priority is themselves and them as a whole, whether that's a group of people or just one individual. They're worried about, you know, their bottom dollar and their financial status. They're not worrying about how that affects you, whether it be short term or long term. That's not their concern. Their only concern seems to be themselves. You know, so we do see the abundance card here, which is, you know, where I'm getting the money from. It is the card of money and abundance and wealth. So, you know, for some of you, they are kind of holding this wealth factor over you, that, you know, you're not going to be in the inheritance is kind of the gist I'm getting there, that, you know, we'll cut you from the inheritance if you cut us, sort of energy, that like, so. You know, but at the end of the day, we do see the dog here. So, you know, I feel like this is you needing to be loyal to yourself and needing to be loyal to, you know, that inner stability and security that you're seeking. And, you know, if that means you need to commit to cutting the cords here, so be it, kind of thing. You know, I do see that this is, you're kind of like, you know, come what may, that, you know, regardless of this, if this affects me financially, regardless of if this creates extra drama, extra problems for a little while, in the long term, this is going to suit me better. This is going to, you know, find me long-term security and stability just within myself. And I feel as though you're getting to a point, Aries, where you're realizing that you need that and you deserve that. And, you know, people that are, you know, not in your highest interest here, that they're not serving your highest good, why do you need to commit your energy and your time and your love to those people if they're not doing the same for you in return? Okay, so it feels as, it's kind of that energy of, you know, putting your investments and putting that time, that love, that energy that you have, putting it into the people that actually, you know, return that for you. And for a lot of you, that seems to be outside of these family members. So, you know, not saying that it's all the family members. Like I said, for some of you that's an individual, for some of you that's a group, and for some of you that may not even resonate at all. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. You know, but that's what we have for you. Don't forget to leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And I will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, how are we? Just looking at family. What's going on for you with family issues, Taurus? whether they are non-issues or, you know, severe issues. What is going on for Taurus with family? I have commitment as well as acceptance. Okay, so commitment is all about dedicating yourself to your own beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. So being very committed to yourself, first and foremost, committed to your own beliefs, committed to love. Okay, I do feel that for some of you, this is you showing that you are very committed to the family that you're spending time with. We also have acceptance, which is you're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. So really just sort of, you know, being committed to not controlling the narrative when it comes to your family, really just accepting them as they are and as it happens, you know, as it flows. If you know, taking it as it comes kind of energy with the family for you, Taurus. But we'll delve into the Lenormand for you as well. Taurus. What's going on for Taurus with family? Family for Taurus. Clarify this, please. Okay, so I'm seeing, I feel like a lot of this is something stemming from the past here, Taurus. Firstly, we're seeing the fox energy. Okay, so I feel like this is you thinking things through in a very, you know, clever kind of way. You're really trying to think about the way that you're saying things and the way that you're doing things and showing emotion towards people, the way that you're showing your commitment and acceptance of your family. You know, it is a very sort of, it can be like a very independent kind of energy as well. So you are trying to, you know, maintain your sense of independence within the situation still, but it's kind of like you're telling people what they want to hear rather than, you know, the full truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You are kind of you know, being very clever about the, you know, how much information you're giving people. You know, I feel as though when we're seeing that acceptance coming through as like the overview for you, Taurus, I feel as though that you, even though you're accepting of, you know, the family and everything that entails, I feel as though there is a bit of fear coming from you that you're not accepted as much as what you accept others within the family. You're feeling just a little bit out of place, I feel, Taurus. And you know, I feel as this is stemming from some stuff going on outside of your family stuff, and you are sort of really trying to not allow it to affect your family. Okay, so I don't know whether this is you or someone else within your family, but we do have the garden and then the hurt energy. Okay, so it does show us that there has been some sort of burdens placed on, you know, most likely you here, you know, by social events and events in general. You know, so there may have been some sort of family event that has sort of left you shouldering a bit of a, you know, cross to bear here, or you may be concerned that's why you're not feeling that acceptance. You may be concerned that somebody else is, you know, feeling as though they've been left with some sort of cross to bear after some particular event or meeting or something that has taken place in the family in a very sort of social setting. So, you know, with the garden coming through for family, that's kind of, you know, literally meeting in the garden, you know, the house hanging, the family hanging out in the backyard, having a barbecue, or, you know, Christmas dinner, you know, those sorts of event type things where it's, you know, gatherings. This usually does sort of feel like gathering of the family rather than just, you know, one-on-one times with the family. But it has left somebody feeling a little bit hurt, a little bit like they're carrying a little bit of burden here. With that hurt energy though, that is traditionally the cross. So it does kind of show us that, there is the need to have faith that this is all happening sort of for a reason, and that there is, a reason to hope here, have faith here, that these burdens actually, will be lifted, or maybe aren't as heavy as what you're sort of feeling as though they are initially, especially with this stork here, because it does feel as though with the stork coming through as well, it kind of feels as though somebody has kind of just purposefully stirred the pot. So whatever's happened here at this family event or whatever, it does feel as though somebody may have purposefully stirred the pot. And whether that may have even been you, Taurus, or you unknowingly have stirred the pot. Maybe they haven't done it intentionally. Maybe they've done it out of their own hurt, their own burdens that they're carrying. But it just has kind of left you feeling as though you've got to be very careful where you tread, and you've got to think through very carefully what you're saying and doing, and the way you're behaving. You're having to think about it very smart. You're having to be very smart and clever, and worry about your own role within the family, your own acceptance within the family. But you're kind of committed. You know what? We do see commitment and acceptance, which overall is a really good energy. So I feel as though for a lot of you, this is just something small, just one of those little back of the mind niggly type things. It doesn't feel like something huge and dramatic. It's just bearing the weight of destiny. I'm hearing here someone's kind of stirred the pot, and it's just this is the way it was supposed to be, just to, stir out, shake out the bed, make sure there's no bugs hiding under the blanket, that kind of thing. And, somebody's just stirred the pot trying to shake out some skeletons out of the closet. They haven't really come up with much, but it's just kind of just left a bit of a bad taste in a few mouths around the family barbecue. All right. So it's just left a few people feeling as though, they're needing to act very independently of the family. Highly likely you being the one acting very independently of the family, and just making sure that you're looked after, because you just it feels like you're just getting back to it. You're just not 100% back into full comfortable with the family situation, but you are committed to, getting there, getting to 100%. And I feel as though that's going both ways as well. But pardon, if there is a particular family member, maybe check their placement, check your other placements, see what's coming out in those reads, and cross-watch certain family members' reads, and see what's come through for them as well. It may give you a bit of another clue to what's going on underneath the surface there. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And I will move on over to our Geminis. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini with family? Family issues for Gemini. Ooh, this is an interesting dual energy here, because firstly we've got the past coming through, but then we actually have the present coming through. So the past and the present weighing heavily. So I kind of want to straight away say, the only thing that's missing is the future. So what comes next, Gemini? What's coming next here? So the past does say, through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So it feels like, if there has been some issues in the past within family, they're kind of being resolved here, and we're moving into the present energy. It does say you live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. So really tending to, we've gotten through those past issues. If that hasn't quite finalized yet for some of you, know that you will be, getting through those past issues and moving forward into a more present, in the moment energy with the family there. But we'll see what the Lenormand has to say about it all. Gemini. And like I said, I straight away want to know, well, what does that mean for the future as well, Gemini? So it does feel as though, the family as a whole is kind of less focusing on the past issues and getting ready to move into the future energy, that, living in the moment and heading forwards. Okay. Okay, and just one more for that, please. One more for that for Gemini and family. Firstly, we have the flowers. So, I'm seeing a lot of positivity here for you, Gemini. The flowers is all about reciprocal energy, giving and receiving. The interesting thing is when I did see the word present, it made me think of a present, giving you a present, giving you a gift. So for some of you, that present is just the fact that we're moving through the past energy and we're getting over those past situations. But for someone here, there may be some gifts going on in between family members at the moment. So it may be somebody's birthday, very, very soon. We're about to head into Taurus season and, you're not far after. So it may be your birthday, people getting ready to give you gifts. It may be, some other presents going on within the family at the moment, because the flowers can also talk about, gifts and presents as well. But, for a lot of the time with the flowers, the gift and the real present is, your time, your love, your energy, and you're sharing that. And you are receiving that in return. It's very reciprocal, okay? The more time, love, energy that you put into these people, the more you're receiving in return as well. Okay, I do see here, I've got the bear energy, has news for you. Okay, some sort of news coming through for you from the bear family member. So, that could be a Leo, an Aries, or a Capricorn placement. That could also be, it's a very strong, protective kind of energy. Somebody who's, stands tall and strong. It definitely could be your mother, because I do read that as, the mama bear type energy as well. But it's someone who's very protective, very, they may even be very physically big and powerful kind of person as well. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to know who that person would be in your particular family, whether that would be a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, some other person within your family, you yourself even. Although I do feel that for majority of you, this is someone separate to you that, if you are asked to describe your family members as animals, who is the person that you would describe most like a bear? Okay, and I nearly a lot of the time I forget the other descriptor of the descriptor of a physical bear type person, which definitely can be a homosexual male that presents as the bear. Okay, it is a term in that sort of that culture, so just be aware of that as well if you're not already. But if that's that person in your family, you probably know that already. Okay, as well as just totally random things that this person may be associated with a bear. They may really collect a lot of bear statues, or they may go for the I don't know about here in Australia, but I've heard of a is it in Canada or in America where there's the Bears, like a football or a gridiron team or something like that as well. So whoever is it the Cubs? I don't know. I don't follow American sports, guys, so I'm not a big sports fanatic just in general, but especially not following sports outside of my own country. But this person has news for you. They're going to be communicating something to you. It is, it can be any form of communication, although I do feel as though this is kind of, it's feeling a lot more like presenting you with, oh, I've got good news, or I've got some news, I need to update you about this. It does feel a little bit more like that. It may be a text, an email, a phone call, in person, a phone call, like I already said that, but all forms of communication there. But it does kind of feel like it's going to be in person for majority of you. But what the news is about here, that this communication is about this key energy. So for some of you, this family member may be, literally unlocking a brand new house, unlocking a brand new opportunity that may affect you. Okay, so the key really does talk about new doors being opened, new opportunities being opened. So for some of you, I feel like that may be a literal door though. So I am kind of seeing somebody actually opening like a front door of a house. So somebody may be sort of moving home very soon. That may be what that communication is about for some of you, but for others of you, that's just a new opportunity, and it's feeling like it's a very positive opportunity, and it's going to enable the family as a whole to live more in the present and move into the future, move into better opportunities. It may be a better school zone, a better location for jobs and those sorts of things. Especially with that flowers supporting that energy, that it's a very reciprocal energy. It's going to help out a lot of people rather than just the person with the key in their hand. So all doors lead to success with that key energy as well. So it's a very positive energy. I do feel as though, living in the moment is taking you into the future, and we're definitely seeing new opportunities opening up for the family as a whole in the future there. So that's feeling really positive for you. Okay, Gemini, but you're more than welcome to check other placements, as well as, cross-watching family members' placements, all that sort of thing as well. Make sure you leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I'm just going to take a short break and then move on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. How are we today, Cancer? Just looking at family. All right, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer with family? Transformation. Okay, so you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Okay, so I am getting a bit of a strong message here, because the next one we have is self-love, which is you realize that love of self is necessary to love another. I do feel as though you transforming your self-love is actually having a big impact on your role within the family. Any family issues that you have sort of been through, whatever your personal family situation is, you are sort of seeing through any illusions that have been sort of created from that. Illusions about yourself and who you are and your role within the family. Illusions, it's this energy of, you may have been brought up with a certain foundation to believe a certain thing about yourself, and you're kind of transforming that belief. So I do feel for a lot of you this has got to do with like self-worth kind of stuff, that maybe you've been brought up and you've had a certain role within the family that you have needed to play, and you're kind of realizing that that's not actually benefiting you, yourself, and the way that you love yourself and the way that you value yourself, and you are transforming that energy. So there is some sort of, awareness about, I'm getting like a deeper truth of the truth of the family, and what's happened in the family, the way that you've been raised within your family, the way that certain things that have happened in the family have affected you and, changed you, and those sorts of things as well. I must have bumped that light. Seems to be like really shining off my lipstick at the moment. I do have glitter lipstick on as well, so be it. But hopefully that's a little bit better. But let me know in the comments if those lights behind me are, annoying you. I'm trying something new today, so let me know how it goes. Everyone that leaves a comment will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But delving into this here for you, yeah, definitely. This transformation going, I'm getting the same message kind of repeating itself here. We do have the key coming through first. So you're opening up to, learning more, and opening the doors that you haven't opened before. So you're sort of delving into things a little bit deeper. You're unlocking the truth of the way that things are within the family. And it's kind of like, opening these doors within you and realizing where certain behavior traits have come from, or those sorts of things, because we do also see the mountain here. So the mountain does talk about, some obstacles, some struggles that you've been facing when it comes to, the way that you are. I feel like this is, a lot more to do with you yourself, but it's you're realizing that the impact of, the family and the way that you've been brought up within your family has actually, changed and shaped you into the person that you are, has made you sort of deal with obstacles in a certain kind of way that, you are kind of transforming that, and not allowing, possibly negative foundations to devalue you, and, you know, make you believe certain things about yourself when you started to believe those things about yourself before you even had a real idea of who you are. Kind of energy is what I'm getting here. So it's kind of like, when you brought up, for example, like, I'm the eldest child in the family. Okay, so when I was a child, I had a lot of responsibility. It was always one of those things where the eldest child, you always sort of get taught that, you take on a lot of the responsibilities of, babysitting all the other kids, and, you help out with the chores, you help out a lot more, you have a lot more responsibilities than other siblings. You kind of are the first one to hit adult, even as you're a child. It's kind of a very interesting thing when you are the first placement within a family. And I'm kind of getting that kind of a vibe, that it's something about the way that you have shouldered things when you're a child. So in that same example, if you're the eldest child and you've been the one that's always taken on the responsibilities, you've carried that through into adult life, where you always feel as though, all the extra responsibilities fall onto you, and that you need to, take care of everything, take control of everything, be the good example for the other people around you, even though you're your own person, so it's kind of like you opening up to that foundation that has been created within yourself, and you're looking at transforming that so that you can, get more self-love out of that, get more value within yourself, for yourself. So we do see the rider as well. So that's shifting and changing, that transformation, you opening up to, hang on, maybe I can look at this from different ways. Maybe I can approach this from a different way. Maybe I don't need to be the responsible one forever, kind of energy. And we do see that snake energy again, which is all, once again, removing those illusions, seeing through certain things that you've believed that may not necessarily suit you and suit your highest good anymore. So you're really sort of shifting the way that you're looking at things, the way that you're, looking at the way the foundation of love has been created within you, with your family, and moving into a stronger area where you're putting love for yourself as more important than your responsibilities to your family, which, if you don't love yourself first, how can you love your family? So exactly, it says there in that love of self is necessary to love another. So deepening bonds and connections with family members, you need to focus on your self-worth and your self-value, and that love for yourself, in order to be able to love and appreciate other people fully. Once you love and appreciate yourself, seeing through the illusions that you may have been sort of, it's that nature versus nurture argument. So, the nurture elements that have created the foundation of who you are and how you love yourself. That's kind of what you're transforming here, which is actually a really positive energy for you, Cancer. So keep on keeping on with that. But you are more than welcome to check other placements, of course. Do leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And I will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo and family. What does Leo need to know in regard to family and family issues? Family, the topic of family for Leo. Individuality. is a virtue. We have individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do. So maintaining your sense of individuality, your persona is not, you don't have to have the same persona as anybody else, especially when it comes to your family. I am picking up here, Leo, that someone out there must be a twin. Okay, and really breaking free from the twin energy is what I'm kind of picking up on here. That, you know, just because your twin does something doesn't mean you have to do something. Just because they think about things a certain way, you're breaking free and sort of standing up for yourself and saying, I think about it this way. Just because they're my twin, just we're not the same person. I'm kind of hearing. We also have virtue there. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. And right then, for some reason, I've just picked. I know somebody who is a Leo, that is a twin. So I'll have to let her know that I've picked up on that during this reading. That's very interesting. But yeah, you encouraging others to grow and accept their own individuality. And I feel like for in that example, if there is a family member that you are trying to split apart from and really show your individuality from this person, that you're encouraging them to grow their own personality, and that it's fine for them to break away from doing things the way that you do things as well. So I do feel, especially you being Leo, Leos are a little bit of the leader. So it may be the twin that follows you and does what you say, thinks what you think and does what you do, and you are acknowledging that you are encouraging them to grow and embrace their own individuality as well, which this is really lovely. And I'm just amazed that I've like after I've said it, I've kind of realized that I do actually know a Leo twin. Well, I suppose both of them are Leos, right? So it's very interesting. I wonder which one holds more Leo. That would be a very I've never thought to look at a twin astro chart. I might have to reach out to her and ask her if I can do their charts, so I can just sort of see what them, because surely there's minute differences, because it's down to minutes though, right? It's down to minutes and small aspects of difference. So it's very, very interesting. If anyone knows, I'm not, I'm only into the basics with astrology. So if anyone knows how that plays out, let me know. I'd be really intrigued to know, like, how those, few minutes between twins changes their individual charts. That's super interesting to me. So let me know. If you know, let me know. Okay. You'll also go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. So who's complaining? Leo and family, please. Definitely seeing those long-term bonds and long-term relationships there. These are very emotionally intimate connections that you have with family members. You're very emotionally connected to family members. I suppose that's probably part of why it's so important for you to have your sense of individuality, Leo, and really separate yourself in some kind of way from your family, because you do seem to have a very strong family relationship that is sort of very emotionally intertwined here. I'm really, even if you're not a twin, I'm picking up on that twin energy here. So, you're really close with somebody in your family to the point where it is actually, difficult to distinguish the energy here. So that's why the individuality is coming out, because you are kind of standing up to say, look, I need to be my own energy and have my own, things and my own personality and my own individual energy that I present here, even though, we do have this really, really closely linked up relationship here. It's very intrinsically intertwined, both those energies. So even if you're not a twin, there is somebody within your family that, it may be a twin, you're years apart, but you're kind of twins. It may be, a mother and a daughter, or a mother and a son, or vice, like, any random combination of family. And you just are so close, like that you may as well be twins, right? Is what I'm kind of getting there. So very interesting. We do also see the ship though. So this is where, there is a little bit of distance being created, and that separation of energy coming through a little bit here. One or both of you may be traveling or moving at a distance, or currently living at a distance from each other, still maintaining that closeness though, which is lovely. But it's kind of time to set sail on your own adventures, your own personal adventures here. So that's, I feel like for a lot of you, that's exactly why we're really seeing that ship coming through. That you're kind of realizing that this journey is yours and yours alone, regardless of how close you are with people around you. You are sort of embarking out on your own a little bit, and really embracing the things that are just yours. So keep on going with that, Leo. It's like I'm seeing positives on both sides of that you do have this beautiful close relationship, but you're also realizing that there's a lot more, there's a lot of world to see and only one Leo to see it. So you are trying to expand your horizons a little bit here, and not limit yourself to having to do the exact same things as this other person all the time. That you are able to separate and create a little bit of distance between the two of you, even and without changing that emotional closeness. So it's kind of being super close but distance, creating a bit of distance within that closeness as well. Totally fine. Okay, so keep that in mind there, Leo. But hopefully that resonated from all my twin Leos out there. But we'll let me know and leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading. You're more than welcome to check other placements, and we'll move on over to our Virgos. How are we, Virgo? Virgo and family. What's going on for Virgo with family and family issues? Pardon? Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. So if there have been family issues in the past, you are moving into a phase where things are sort of, calming down a lot, and you're entering into this peaceful phase of the relationships within your family, especially with the second card being unity. Okay, you understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. So it does show us that you are, moving into a space of peace and, just that unity and that love for one another, that, feeling very shared, sharing a lot of your life, yourself with this person, and feeling very connected to family at the moment is bringing you a sense of peacefulness as well. Virgo. So I feel like for a couple of you that hasn't quite hit in yet as well. You haven't quite moved into that phase just as of yet. So, be assured that peacefulness is available to you within the energy. All right, I just feel as though there's a Virgo that needed to hear that it's coming, okay? That peace within yourself, the inner peace within the family, it's coming, okay? But Virgo, what's going on for Virgo with family? We have the dog first, Virgo, which does talk about loyalty, compassion, understanding. So once again, we're seeing that peaceful energy coming through, that unity, that, even though they're family, we do have strong friendships with these people as well. They're good, positive relationships where you can get along with these people in the long term. Very loyal to each other, a lot of understanding and compassion towards each other. That support is definitely there for you. We do see that in the past there may have been some struggles. We do have the mountain here, but I do feel that for majority of you, these mountains, it's part of your history within the family here. It's not necessarily current, and you've sort of shown yourself that, as long as you put in the work, the relationships with your family aren't an obstacle. They're no longer an obstacle. There's no longer the need to have delays or huge, big challenges in your path, obstacles in your path when it comes to your family. That that as long as you persevere with them and you're determined to rectify any wrongs that have been made, either way, that you can sort of overcome any obstacle that's thrown your way from family issues. We do see the crossroads as well. So it does show us that, the path you're walking, I feel like the path you're walking is down the other side of that mountain where you're moving away from struggles and obstacles from the family, and understanding that you choose the loyalty, you choose the support, and you choose to walk this path. And I do also have the clover here as well. So for some of you, there is a bit of a risk being taken here as well. You're choosing to, take a chance on this family member, even if they have been someone that has struggled quite a lot in the past. I do feel that for some of you, there is a particular person in the family that they may have struggled quite a lot in the past, and you may, it may have just been them struggling to show their support, show their understanding, show their loyalty to you. But you're kind of taking a chance on this person, and it's kind of all, falling, let the chips fall where they may kind of energy that, you're choosing to take a chance on this relationship, on this person, and it's the right path. It's the right decision for you to be making here. It's sort of leading you down this lovely path, exactly where you're supposed to go here. It does feel like it's leading to peacefulness, right? So it's working out in your favor one way or another, Virgo. Okay, so that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Make sure you do leave a comment and you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. I'll move over to Libra. Libra and family. What's going on for Libra with family? Any family issues? What is happening with family for Libra? Compassion, starting us off there, Libra. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. So sharing love, having a lot of compassion, being supportive, demonstrating to your family that you do love them by the way that you approach them and support them and show them understanding and compassion. That you're their friend as well as their family. We have expression as well. So you seem to be doing this in a really lovely way that they're understanding in a very loving kind of way. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So you are expressing your love towards your family in a beautiful way at the moment, Libra. And I do feel as though for a lot of you, this goes both ways as well. So, someone may be seeing some love expressed towards them as well, or you're expressing a lot of love towards family. I am hearing acts of service as well. So for some of you, that may be, part of your love language towards your family is, showing them that, I'm going to do this for you. And, that's a way of expressing my love. But we'll have a look here as well. Libra and family. Clarify. And clarify that third card. Okay, so the first two cards I've got here, we've got them clarified by you. Okay, so we are seeing that it's kind of like this is part of your expression, the way that you're showing your love here, I feel, because we do have the snake as well as the birds, okay? So the birds is all about conversations, and then the snake shows us that those conversations are very sort of passionate, full of sort of some desire, some sort of, wanting to break through illusion and making sure that we're very clear with what we're trying to communicate. But it's all coming from a place of passion that you're passionately expressing yourself here. So it is just feeling a little bit heated, okay, Libra. So you may be having some sort of conversation in the near future with a family member that is a little bit heated as such, but it's not heated in a negative sense. It's heated in a passionate sense that there's something that really fuels you here, that sets you on fire, really makes you want to express your opinion, your advice on this. And you feel as though you are being very compassionate and just expressive with the way that you are having this conversation. But just be aware that to whoever you're having this conversation with, it does feel a little bit heated from their energy. It feels like it's a little bit overzealous. Okay, so we know that you're coming from a positive place and that your intentions are good, and I feel like they know that too. But it's just feeling a little bit maybe confronting for them. They're feeling like it's liable to get heated or spiral out of control just a little bit here. So maybe think about just approaching that from a calmer angle. All right, just a bit of a advice there for you, because it does seem as though that's you sort of the one getting a little bit fired up here. Like I said though, it does feel as though you've got good intentions, and it's your way of expressing something here. It's a way of sharing your understanding and your compassion towards this person. So, the intentions are very good. It's kind of like you're looking out for somebody's best interests and expressing to them that, I'm just trying to look out for you, but, they may not take it the best is all I'm picking up on there. That just be aware that sometimes these conversations, we need to just be a little bit more compassionate with not just what we're saying, but how we're saying it. Okay, so just be a little bit careful of that. I also have the garden here. Okay, so it does show me a little bit more about this conversation, that it may be a conversation that's happening in a more social space, a more public sort of space. So it may be like you're meeting up with family in meeting them at a cafe for a coffee, having a family barbecue. It could literally be a garden. So it could be, the family gathered in the backyard having a barbecue, that kind of energy, getting all the family down to the beach, that kind of thing. So I feel as though for a lot of you, that may be why this person is just taking your expression just a little bit to heart here. I suppose is maybe a good way to say it. Is just because they may be they're being a little bit immature about the way that they are, because it does feel like it's, oh mom, you're embarrassing me. It feels a little bit like that with that child energy here. So it's kind of like you're expressing your love to somebody, but then they're kind of like, mom, don't hug me at the school gate, kind of thing. Even if it's not your child or anything like that, it is just that it's just a little bit intimidating for this person. It's a little bit too expressive for this person's personal way of doing things. They aren't mature as you in that sense. I do feel that they are, they're coming at it with a little bit of immaturity, and that's why it's feeling a little bit intimidating or very passionate, overly passionate. That they may feel as though you're getting overly passionate, overly excited about this conversation kind of energy. So it keeps giving me that same example of mom, don't, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. That it's that kind of energy. So it may even be something where this person's friends or other people that they look up to are around them. So just be aware that they may take that in that sort of way, and maybe tone it down a little bit. Although I'm the last person to want to tell anyone to tone it down. I'm a very I'm a very expressive person myself. So I'm definitely one for embarrassing my kid at the school gate. I always get my hug goodbye, whether that's too much for 7-year-old, too embarrassing for 7-year-olds or not. I am a mum who wants their hug at the school gate. It may change as he gets a little bit older, but I am very expressive in that sort of a sense. And I'm like, well, no, you give your mum a cuddle, otherwise we're going to stand here all day. But, it just feels as though, while you are trying to be so compassionate towards these people that, have a little bit extra understanding and compassion for the way that they are less expressive. Okay, because that's what it feels like. It feels like this person is just a little bit less expressive in the way that they do things. And so, to them, you're very expressive, even if you're not a hugely expressive person. This person sees you as more expressive than they are, and so it's just a little bit intimidating for them to, because I feel as though it's expressing emotion in public is kind of exactly what it is. It's like expressing emotion with an audience, and it's the audience factor that this person seems to be a little bit intimidated by. So yeah, I don't want to say tone it down again, but that's kind of what this message is telling you. So take that as you will, Libra. You're more than welcome to check your other placements if you want to tone it back up again and see what else you can cross-reference there to get the most out of that message for yourself, of course. But you leave a comment as well so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And I'll move on over to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio with family? Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio with family? Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So you're a bit of a role model here, Scorpio, that you are very virtuous. And even if you realize it or not, you do encourage others to grow and continually evolve themselves, even if that's just by observation of you, growing and evolving yourself. Okay. And you just living your life seems to set a really good example for some of the family around you. So, keep on doing what you're doing, Scorpio. We do see patience, though. One of my issue. I have issues with patience. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a very patient person when it comes to things I'm passionate about. But this says you are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm. Okay, so we're seeing you encouraging others to grow, but you're also needing to accept that others grow at their own pace. That things happen when they're supposed to happen, and not any sooner. Okay, you can't rush the process when it comes to healing and personal evolution. All right, so whether that's you yourself, being restricted by that patience energy, or somebody around you, there is the need for a little bit of patience and understanding that sometimes things take longer than you may necessarily want them to. Okay, you can't rush it. Okay, Scorpio, but we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Okay, Scorpio and family. What's going on for Scorpio with family? I'm getting a pretty straightforward message here, but I just want to get one more to ask where that leads, please. Scorpio and family, where does that lead to, please? Okay, so we do have the letter coming through here. So, we are seeing clear communication coming through, whether this is, texting, phone calls, talking in person with your family. It feels like it actually does kind of feel like it's something important being shared with you. It's not necessarily like somebody's got news that they want to share with you, but it's kind of like somebody wants to tell you something important to them, or wants your opinion on something, or just sharing information. It feels like just sharing information, talking to you about something. It may be an opportunity that they're being presented with, because it does lead you into this clouds energy, which it's kind of setting you off on a on a brand new train of thought, where you start, overthinking every little possibility. It's kind of like this communication is leading you to just think through a million possibilities here, that things that you maybe haven't thought about before coming to the surface here. It's like, this may lead you to overthinking, which, then leads to anxiety and things like depression as well. So for some of you, somebody may be talking to you about that. Maybe what the communication is about somebody's anxiety or depression, the way that they think about things, the way that you think about things differently. I'm kind of getting that for one of you, it's like the conversation, the communication is for at least one of you, it's outright something along the lines of, oh, you think too much into things, you read too much into things, um, you let your brain go on too many tangents. You read too much into things. You think too much about it. You're thinking too much about it. You're thinking so much about something that it's leading you to the wrong conclusions. Where it's kind of this energy of, the first answer, the simplest answer, is probably the right one. Whereas you're here, it's setting off this chain reaction within your head, thinking, oh, well, if this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then, or but maybe it's this, and then this, and then this, So it's kind of setting off these chain reactions in your own self, the way that you're thinking about things, and then someone kind of saying to you, you're way overthinking this. It's like the first thing you thought of, that's probably it. Okay, so we are seeing here the scythe energy. So you are sort of trying to make sudden, unexpected changes to the way that you think about these things, the way that you do that is kind of what I'm getting here. And because of this communication, because this person's communicating, look, I've noticed this about you, or, this definitely could be you with somebody else as well, but it's inspiring some sort of change, some sort of growth and transformation. So, with you, encouraging growth with that virtue card, this definitely could be you noticing this about somebody else, saying to somebody else around you within your family that, look, you're really thinking things in, like thinking too deep into it, and it's not that convoluted, it's not that deep, it's literally just this, but you're allowing your train of thought to spiral you out of control here, and think too much about things, and you're kind of trying to inspire some change in this person to help them break free from that mental cage that they're putting themselves in by doing that, because the way that they overthink, or the way that you overthink, it does lead to anxiety and depression here, and actually leaves you more confused than you started. It clouds your judgment. So we are seeing that energy suddenly changing, or breaking free from that energy, leading to a stronger sense of loyalty between the two of you. We do have the dog energy there as well. So it does lead to a stronger sense of loyalty, compassion, understanding between you and this person. So whichever way that goes, take it as it resonates, guys. Flip it if necessary. You are more than welcome to check your other placements as well. Check, family members' placements and cross-watch those. Leave me a comment and you will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we will move on over to our Saggies. I'll just make sure I've got the correct timestamp here. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what's going on for you with family and family issues for Sagittarius? kindness as well as unity. Okay, beautiful energy there, Sagittarius. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. So sharing your love, sharing your kindness, sharing that beautiful energy that you are, Sagittarius, with, you know, the people that you love, your family. Okay, we do see unity as well. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. So, you know, sharing your kindness with these people that you do care about, sharing your kindness and your heart and your love with your family, you do understand that it amplifies, and that, you know, it's a shared love. It's not just a one-way kind of love. That it is a very unified love here, and has a very profound effect on the world around you in a way too. I kind of am feeling that other people see how much love you hold here, and it really makes an impact on more than you may realize. All right, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regard to family? This is a beautiful message, Sagittarius. We have the hidden energy as the stars. So, you know, catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. All your dreams coming true, everything that you wish for your family. Because I feel like these wishes for your family are for more than just you and your role in your family. It's for your family as a whole. Like, you may have certain wishes, like, oh, I wish that this family member would get that thing that they want. You know, those sorts of things. I feel as though everything is, you know, falling into place. That falling star, you know, catching those falling stars and putting them in your pocket, and, you know, being kind, you know, using that kindness and handing them out to the people that you love and care about, and, you know, making sure everyone is getting their dreams come true. Everyone in the family has, you know, hope and optimism that things are going to work out really well for them. You seem to embrace this child energy here, Sagittarius, where you're really looking at everything with a lot of, you know, hope and optimism, and you know, absolutely anything can happen. That you have this childlike sense of wonder and amazement at the world, that, you know, everything can be perfect. You very idealized, very it's not in a bad way though. Like, it's it's like, when I grow up, I can be whatever I want. And you know, you're embracing that, and you're sharing that with the people around you. So it's really lovely, and it's like really knowing that you can have brand new beginnings and you can accomplish a lot. You have faith that other people around you can accomplish a lot as well. We do also have the mountain. Okay, so this is like, you, rather than seeing the mountain as an obstacle, as it is traditionally an obstacle, you're like, I don't care what obstacles are in my path. That's just an opportunity to climb a mountain. You're looking at it with a child's eye. You're not looking at it like, oh, wow, this is a huge mountain in my path, huge challenge that I've got to overcome before I can continue on. You're like, oh, cool, I get to climb a mountain today. I get to, you know, face this challenge head on and see where it leads me, which is a very positive way to be looking at obstacles coming your way, delays coming your way. You know, very, very positive. It's going to definitely help you climb that mountain and see that mountain. It's not Mount Everest, it's just a little speed bump. And so having that childlike outlook and that sense of optimism and sense of adventure within yourself here is really going to, you know, put things into perspective in that sort of a sense, that, you know, obstacles aren't necessarily these huge, big things to climb. It's a chance to, you know, I get to practice this skill of, you know, making it through this and doing that and facing this challenge head on. It's a challenge. It's not an obstacle. It's fun to try new things and learn new skills and see if I can do this and see if I can do that. And you know, it's really paying off for you, I feel, very, very strongly here, Sagittarius, because you're going to get to the top of that mountain in no time. A little tiny bit of determination and perseverance, and you'll find your way clear. And then once you're at the top of that mountain, the sun comes out. We've got the stars in the night sky falling at your feet, Sagittarius. We've got the sun shining brightly for you during the daytime, covering you in this beautiful warm energy of happiness. Okay, these obstacles, they're not obstacles to you here, Sagittarius. They're actually revealing things to you about yourself, and showing you that, yeah, look, I can do that. I can climb that mountain, no drama. So now I know I can climb that mountain. I know I'll be able to climb the next mountain. So you're really looking at life with a lot of happiness and optimism, and the family seems to be no struggle is insurmountable to you when it comes to family issues, and happiness will guide you and show you the way, be revealed to you, and whatnot as well. Sorry about the background noise. There is just a loud car at the back of my house at the moment. Very loud, that car. I hope it's not too distracting there, Sagittarius, but that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment and you'll go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. And I'll move on over to Capricorn. Capricorn, how are we, Capricorn? Family, what's going on for Capricorn with family? Family issues and family for Capricorn. Okay, so interestingly enough, I do have loyalty on the bottom of the deck. There is the hidden energy. So I do feel, regardless of what we're about to see, that there is a lot of loyalty to certain people within the family, that you are very loyal to certain people, but there is this issue of detachment. Okay, we do have detachment there. You are releasing old patterns and ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. So I am immediately picking up that you may already even be detached from family members, but it's kind of like you're detaching, or you have detached from, the family members that aren't serving your highest good, but you're very loyal to the other members of the family. For some of you, it may not be a detachment to actual people. It may be more of a detachment to certain roles within the family, traditions, belief systems within the family, releasing old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you here. We do also see virtue. All right, so you acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. I do feel that for a lot of you, this is, watching by observation, that other people around you are kind of watching and observing the way that you have detached from the family members that, aren't serving your highest good here. And they may be, willing to sort of grow and evolve their own ways of doing things, and their own, detachments to those beliefs or virtues or family members that they may need to as well. So I do feel as though it's the way that you have detached, or the way that you are detaching from certain energies within the family is actually a really good kind of role model to somebody else within the family. So I'm picking up on multiple people involved here as well. So very interesting. Capricorn and family. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to family? Success. So we do have the key coming through first. So you've opened up the door for other people to have success with the way that you have done things, the way that you have written your own narrative. We have the book here as well. So the way that you have written your own narrative and taken control of your detachment to certain values or beliefs or people within your family, it's opening the door for others to kind of do the same. So it's sort of picking up already on what I was sort of picking up on intuitively there with those first two cards. But, this actually opens up brand new opportunities for you. And it shows, it's kind of like leading by success. So you're showing your success in being able to do this, and it's leading by example to others as well, that they too can open up this new chapter for themselves, and have this brand new energy. It's giving these people the key to unlock the knowledge that they need for themselves. So I do feel as though this is a strong energy of like you helping others by, you're just being a role model kind of energy. We do also have the Mountain, which is the Capricorn card. So we do see that, the way that you turn your obstacles and your challenges into success for yourself here, and the way that you have, changed the narrative of your own story, and the way that you have written your own story, the way that you have, delved into the unknown of, even though it may have been hard to detach from these energies, you really are, showing that with a little bit of perseverance and determination, that anything can be overcome. And people are seeing this about you, Capricorn, and seeing that, that Capricorn energy is strong, that you are stronger with this detachment to whatever this is. If this is, I do feel like for some of you it's a person, for others of you it's like an ideal of traditionality, like within the family, that, the family has this idea, this belief that things need to be done this way, and you're breaking free from that. You have broken free from that. And, I am feeling for a lot of you, this has got to do with some sort of traditional roles that, you're showing people that it can be done non-traditionally, and it's not actually a challenge, and they're seeing that, if you can get through all those, obstacles and challenges, that they can too, and that you can also, that you're able and willing to take on anything that life throws at you, and that it's made you more resilient and capable. Okay, so really, ultimately here for you, Capricorn, I'm just seeing you as a leading example to others around you in your family, and that your virtues are strong, and other people are recognizing those things in you, and if even if you're not able to see those within yourself, it's coming through very strongly that this is how your family kind of sees you, Capricorn. And like I said, the loyalty is strong on the bottom of the deck there. So those people that are seeing this, they see the difference. They see how much more loyal you're able to be by being detached to those more, those things that aren't serving your highest good. That you are loyal to, the things that do serve your highest good, and it's a really great example for them to be seen from you. So it's lovely actually, Capricorn, to see that. But you are more than welcome to check your other placements, and cross watch family members placements as well, if you feel the need to check in on what's going on with certain family members or whatnot. Leave a comment and let me know how that resonated for you in your particular family situation. You will go in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But we'll move on over to Aquarius. Comes after Capricorn. So Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius with family issues for Aquarius? Creativity. You love to devise new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. So you really like, you're finding new ways to do things within the family units. You're illuminating ways that things can be done better or differently. It's like this. It's like breaking free from traditions. And doing things in brand new ways, starting your own traditions, starting brand new traditions, and, doing things differently to how they may have been done for eons in the family here. And people I'm straight away, because the next card does refer to other people seeing that. So, and you influencing others. So, the way that you're approaching family in a very creative, non-traditional way is actually really inspiring others around you to take that on board. And it's so it really is, everyone kind of collectively going, if Aquarius is going to throw that out the window, you know what? We don't see the use of that, doing things that way either. We want to do this new traditional way, this new traditional way of Aquarius, rather than the old traditional way that was steeped in, you know, like it's coming through as like, you know, there's certain things that we all know from history that certain things that may have been done for, you know, generation after generation after generation. A lot of those past generations, it was like steeped in negative stuff, like, you know, racism, and certain traditions have stemmed from negative energies that we now know that's not how we do things in this, you know, 2024, guys. Like, get with the times. Is Aquarius sort of saying, like, come on, we need to try something new. We need to do it a different way. Like, just because it's been done that way for so long doesn't mean that it's good, doesn't mean that that's the best way. So it's kind of like you breaking those generational curses here, you know, breaking free from the negative impacting traditional sort of stuff is kind of what I'm getting here. You're doing things in a little bit of a non-traditional kind of way, and it's starting a new tradition in a more wholesome, healthy way, which I really love that, because we do have virtue as well. So this is coming through as a virtue, that it's a positive thing. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. So that's where we're seeing other people sort of watching the way you do things, going, Aquarius is onto something here. You know, maybe we should follow suit, because Aquarius is really doing this in a way that is much more healthy and wholesome, and moving into the future, rather than staying trapped in the, you know, the past that, majority of us have histories that have, you know, family ancestry that's been stemmed in, a lot of negative stuff like racism and slavery. And, here in Australia, the whole country is, it's a country of convicts, right? So we were all brought over here. Well, majority of our families were brought over here, on boats from England, because we were the criminals that England wanted to get rid of. So, there's that way of doing things that may have been set up when Australia was first developed is definitely not the way we do things anymore. Like, we don't ship our convicts off to other countries, or empty islands and let them just sort of fend for themselves, and fight the natives, and kill and slaughter thousands of natives and things like that. We don't do that anymore. That is not, we know better now. And this is, sorry if I'm getting very passionate here. This is, a little bit personal to my family, personal history, where, I'm not going to lie, like, I'm Australian. So, I am connected with Australian Aboriginal culture as well. So it's hard for me to reconcile that side of things with, my white side that is from England and Ireland, from the convict stuff and the early settlers stuff. It's hard to reconcile the way that they treated, the Indigenous population when Australia was first settled. When these days we see a much more unified country, where we have a lot of people in Australia that identify as mixed race. But as with me, it's probably not very visible or anything like that. And I don't necessarily talk about it very often. It's probably because of the ancestral shame that I feel when it comes to my white ancestors. So it's a bit of a deep subject for me, guys. So I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit passionate about that. But that's exactly why I love this energy for you, because you are changing that. You're changing that. You're breaking free from those cycles and doing things in new ways. You're not allowing those old traditional ways of doing things to, continue when you know that it's not right for you and your family. So I really admire that, Aquarius. So, like I said, sorry to get so passionate there. There's something I could probably talk for hours about, but I'm not going to. And like I said, like across the world, lots of people have similar sort of stories that, different countries, different indigenous, different, races involved. But, there's a lot of history. It's unfortunate, that's part of human history, that we have treated people badly. A lot of people have treated people badly. There's been a lot of bad people in the, throughout history. No matter what country you're looking at, there's always a story, in our family histories, and so it's a matter of breaking free from those, shameful ancestors. Okay, but moving on, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about family? What does Aquarius need to know about family? I'm just feeling that for some of you that may be the case as well. For some of you there as well, that we've got some ancestral shame that we're breaking free from. So we have the coffin, which is death and rebirth, the death of the old ways, the birth of the new. I love it. The stars coming through for you, Aquarius. That is your card as well. So your power very strong at the moment. Everything that you desire, these changes that you're desiring to make, you are making them. It's like your wishes are being fulfilled here. Everything that you're wanting to happen within your family, you're leading by example. All right, and you're doing things in a new kind of way. Once again, I really love it. We have the key as well. So, all these new opportunities that you're creating within your family, they're all leading you to success. There's door after door after door opening up to you here, Aquarius. It's very positive energy. So there's a lot of successful opportunities in the future with the family. It's like everything that you desire to see within the future generations is coming into play. Those doors are opening, and you're the one opening those doors, which, encouraging others to grow and, not be stuck to a certain past mindset. So growth and movement with the family, and it's you're kind of the ringleader, dragging the rest of the family along with you. I really love it, but it's leading by example. It's not forcing. It's leading. It's lovely. Okay, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment if you want to go in the draw for that free personal reading, and we will move on to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces. What's going on for Pisces with family? Family issues. Family for Pisces, please. Freedom. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So you're being a lot more free and open with your family, releasing any of that old energy, those that fear of being judged by family, these restrictions and limitations that you've put on yourself, just by, hiding certain things about who you are, what you believe from family, that kind of stuff. You're releasing it all, and being very open and honest about who you are. We also see elevation. You're making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. So, moving forward, elevating yourself, this is who I am, and I'm not going to let anyone hold me down. I'm ready to fly free. I really like that, Pisces, but we'll have a bit of a delve here as well. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know in regard to family? What does Pisces need to know in regard to family? Why does Pisces need to know about that? Why does Pisces need to know about that? Interesting. I'm actually gonna need some more information here, Pisces. You're the first one who's had a a not straightforward kind of message today. Clarify those first two, please. Why are we seeing that fourth card? Why are we seeing that fourth card? This is all about that elevation, that raising your vibrations. You're making a conscious decision to evolve and elevate yourself. It does feel a little bit like self-growth kind of stuff here. Firstly, we have the whip and the rider. Okay, so this is... It was clarified by the stars and the scythe as well. So this is like somebody's coming to you with their troubles, with their concerns, with their... Or it's kind of you being very open about, I've been, conflicted about this, like within yourself, like I've been struggling with this in my own self. But this is where we see, with the scythe there, this is where we see the conscious decision to elevate yourself and to, that freedom to share yourself with others around you, and let people in and know that I've been struggling. There's been this drama and this tension within me, and I'm not going to hold it in anymore. I need to, I'm not like you. The whip is kind of like the self-imposed restrictions that you've put on yourself here, and you're kind of allowing yourself that freedom to change that and to no longer limit yourself to holding it back, holding it in, because you know that that's not, if you continue to hold it in, that it's not going to get your desires met when it comes to your family, that people can't, like I'm feeling here that you're wanting understanding and you're wanting their support, but they can't understand or support you if you're not telling them what's going on for you. So you're kind of, bringing this news to them of, this is what's been going on for me. I want to make some changes, and I want to, I want to change this. But you need to actually be a little bit more open and upfront with what's going on, internally within you. And so this is you making that choice to actually, look, I want to talk to you about this. I want to tell you about this. I want to communicate this to you. And then we do have that followed up with the house and hurt. So the house does show us that, you're making this change for the because you've been carrying some burdens when it comes to, I feel like this is to do with it does feel very like emotional based, but it may not be for some of you here, but it's like things that you've been carrying as a burden, and your inner stability, and the thing, your feeling of security, your place in the world, your place in the family, feeling as though you just don't quite fit, and you're wanting to fit again, or at all, like you may not have ever felt like you fit in with the family, and you want to fit in, and you want to have that support and stability to help you feel stable and secure, and not feel burdened by all this crushing weight of what's going on within your own self. Which we do see that this, that's clarified by the dog. So we do see that your family is there to support you, that, this is about compassion and understanding, and that it's there for you. And you know it. You know that there's understanding and support there for you. It's just a matter of kind of like opening up to these people about the things that have hurt you, about your emotional hurt, about the things that you carry internally as burdens, and the fact that you do want to, be free from this weight and elevate yourself to a place where you're not holding on to those things anymore. I feel like for some of you, these things, because it does feel like a bit of a crushing weight on some of you that you've been holding emotionally, and I do feel that for a lot of you, it's the crushing weight itself hasn't got to do with family. It's got to do with things external to the family, but you just wanting to be able to rely on their support a little bit more, but you kind of realizing that, hang on, they can't support me, they can't, show me compassion and understanding if they don't know what I've been going through. So you are kind of opening up to them and choosing to open up to them a little bit more, break free of holding back kind of energy. The reason you need to know this, we do have the letter. So you need to be able to learn how to communicate open and honestly about what's going on for you here with the strongest relationships in your life, which are quite a lot of the time are family members. Okay, so you're wanting to communicate to strengthen relationships here, especially with the sun here. Wanting to reveal your true self to these family members in order to strengthen these relationships and, get back to focusing on happiness rather than you having all this that's pulling on your shoulders, and you're carrying around on your shoulders. You're realizing that, hang on, if I can help, if I can distribute the weight a little bit, many hands make light work, and you know we can get back to happy. We can get back to happy. I can see them be happy for me, and I can be happier for myself, and I can be happier for others. And so it's like happiness all around, happier relationships with the people in your family, just by like being a little bit more upfront and honest about what's going on for you internally. For a lot of you, this is stuff that, like I said, is outside the family, things that have gone on in your life outside of the family, and you're sort of opening up to the family about, the feelings, the emotions that you've been going through, and relying on their support and understanding and companionship just a little bit more, and it really will strengthen those relationships, and give you hope again, give you optimism, and a little bit of sunshine to your step. So it's really working out in a positive way, and it will elevate you, within your family here. There will be this evolution and a stronger vibration of love and shared happiness here. It's like a flow-on kind of effect that, the happier you feel within yourself, the happier other people are around you, the happier you are with others. So it's a very flow-on kind of effect here, but it all starts with you sort of having this freedom of expression of who you truly are, what you've truly been going through, and even if people don't understand that immediately, they want to. They want to understand that. They want to help you. Even if they don't understand that, they want to help you find stability and security, find your place. Um, you know, have all your reason to be happy again. They want to help you find that. Okay, Pisces. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Leave a comment so you can go in the draw for that free personal reading. And hopefully I will see you all again soon.